Hello everyone and welcome to the OTC Esports Twitch channel. I am Star Coin Hero. I will be streaming and casting the game today against Kennesaw State University, as we have a Valorant best of 3 about to get underway, with the maps being Pearl, Fracture, and Split, with OTC attacking on the first and then defending on the second, and if need be, the third. So we'll pop the screen right up here. Those are the agent picks. We see OTC on the right side. It's KSU on the left. And we see some pretty similar stuff. We do see a Cypher coming out for Siri on the OTC side. But for KSU, it's more of a meta pick. I would say the Fade, as well as the KO, being pretty meta picks on the map of Pearl. The Astra is one that is not as common as I would say an Omen or maybe even a Viper, but we do have the same controller on each side. So overall, really the only difference we see is the Sentinel difference, with KSU having the KJ, and of course Siri on OTC deciding to go for the Viper, or for the Cyphers, sorry. Looking to get a little bit more intel. A little bit more visual intel anyway. Goes around underway. It's going to be a B-side hit for OTC. Have some first fights coming out, shots raining. Cypher takes a little bit of damage, but of course, KO on the other side. Houston, quite a bit of damage there, down to 30 points of health, and OTC not backing down. Some time passed, and I think OTC deciding to rotate away. Wanted to make their way up through mid. Spike going first. Interesting decision from Siri to enter through first. Also, the audio is a little loud, so I went ahead and changed that. OTC making their way down through arc. The turret's going to spot them out, and they're going to be smoked off. Kilroy taken down to a sliver of HP. The execute is coming out very quickly. It's Kozu on KSU to land the first couple of frags. That's 3. And now it's Siri and Locust, the last 2 left alive. Locust able to get 1, but Kilroy will take the next 2 down. OTC dropping the first round. There was a lot of delay on that push. They could have tried to push up, but instead they waited around, deciding to push through art, and it seemed as though the rush was a little bit too quick going in, as ooh. Stream problems, magnificent, but we're good to go now. No big problems yet. Second round, KSU took the first one. OTC definitely does not want them to get the second as well. It is 5 classics though for this Eagle team, so they're definitely going up against quite a bit of firepower. Trent holding very close angle in the Nebula already. 2 players on the other side of that. Spurk and Kilroy very close. 45 seconds to go, and the turret does go down. The spike carrier is killed. And there's 35 seconds left to go, as Locust takes the spike, runs off with it.
30 seconds left.
But the time is becoming an issue here for OTC. About to be met by Burke in the hallway. And Burke,
Last player
easy
standing.
double. And Locust, all that's left. It's 2-0 for Kennesaw State.
Okay, gun here.
But we go now to the bonus round. This is the chance for OTC to catch up, get a round back, and hopefully start their comeback. We got 5 Vandals, 5 Heavy Shields, and hopefully a lot of utility. Seem to have pretty much everything on lock. So as long as we can get a good execute, then everything should be fine. We just have to be careful
I need concealment.
of the aggression being shown by KSU. A lot more forward playing this round than the last few.
I'll find you. There.
We got Cookie.
There.
Sees
Bam.
Killjoy and takes them down. 5 vs 4 early on here for the Eagles. And look at how much they have advanced over B long. It's only the robot to hold it down, Houston. And Michael knows that. Michael starting to come over there as well. Trent being the entry frag, looking for someone to show their face for an easy pick. Eventually it is Houston taken down by the Astra. 5 vs 3. Michael finally able to strike back for KSU. But we have a 4 vs 2 scenario, and Michael is completely pinned. It has to be Kozu to save him. Spraying through. Kozu's down. Michael is next to fall. And OTC get on the board, only dropping 2 players this round. A much better ending than the first 2. The pistol and the second were not the best that we have seen. But this time, that is textbook execute. All 5 players going B long, and it just works out. Round 4, looking at the economy. It's definitely one-sided, but it could be worse. KSU, they have 5 rifles. They even have an operator on Michael. But we do have a lot of money going into OTC's account right now. 2 sheriffs and light shields may not seem like a lot, but those 2 players have 2,500, an average of 2,500. So for next round, they will definitely be set. For this round, it'll be OTC playing with less firepower, but the ult comes out. Utility on the A site will be pretty much useless here for Kennesaw. Very, very excited, and it is a completely perfect execute. No kills yet. 5 vs 4. The efficiency for OTC is insane. Kozu coming first. Locust lands a beautiful shot, and it's Roko and Siri to get a few more. Kilroy and Burke. Last 2 left. They have to make their way onto the spike from Link. And it is being held down very, very nicely. We just have Kilroy left, and they are simply going to save. Round 4 goes the way of OTC. Kilroy almost completely forfeiting their life to the OTC army. But Kilroy manages to stay alive, keep the Phantom. Unfortunately for them, they do not keep the operator. And now OTC will decide to invest in the mighty sniper.
Placing sentry. Placing
First 2
grenade.
rounds, not the best we have seen from this Eagle team. But these last 2 have been nothing short of magical. And it forces KSU into a save. Only player with a gun is Kilroy with that Phantom that they managed to keep over from round number 4. But we go to round number 5 and OTC. So much firepower behind them. Full shield on everyone. A Vandal on everyone except for Cookie with the op. And the utility is perfect as well. Oh, wow. The op almost claiming a victim there. But it doesn't quite. Michael knows the Cookie's holding up top there. One thing though, OTC has to be careful of Gusten, which they do not know about. They decided to take a pot shot. That's not the best idea here from Gusten. The Haunt getting someone spotted. Michael almost taken down with the long range shot. But the hold by KSU is a little too strong. Kilroy trying to come up and cut this off, but it's going to be a futile effort. Kozu, they have such a position, and it's just a sheriff. It's only a 1-for-1, so it could have definitely been worse, but they got to go. Trent lands the frag onto the opposing jet.
10 seconds left.
Got to get the spike down. And I think they will. There's nothing to take them off of it. Trent taking Burke away, and the Nightfall coming out. Cookie popping it, but there's one on the flank that they did not account for. Locust in a 1 versus 2. The first one does not get him, and they have to shoot the turret or KO. 2 robots, but only one can really do damage. And the one that can do damage is the turret, obviously. Thrifty round for KSU. OTC, once again, just taking way too long to breach the defenses of KSU. And it definitely shows. They were able to make their way onto the site, but they had to hurry. They had to all funnel in through 1 point. And it simply didn't end well. But round number 6, the economy is still fine. Michael is able to get another operator, though. OTC's economy not as good. Richest player has 2,500. Poorest has 1,450. Which, there is a little more depth in OTC's economy. But the richest players are very, very rich over on the Kennesaw side.
Suppressing. One suppressed.
But here we are, round number 6. We're about a quarter of the way through the game. Siri somehow winning the fight against Burke. That was a very, very close call. The spray control was not quite what it needed to be. Able to win it out, though. But just barely. Siri holding super close. The headshot does not connect. The spike has to go down. And OTC defending down a man. Kozu, long range, or more of a medium range headshot. Doesn't do the job, but Locust does land one more. Michael with the operator pushing through the outside. Locust coming on the flank. This could be massive here. Which I don't think anybody knows. Oh, Locust does not land these shots. Oh, no.
Oh, was that important?
We have a term for that, and that's called what happened. 4-2 KSU. It was an amazing attempt, but it just did not come through. Locust, ultimately, the crosshair kept on going where it just didn't make anything help and didn't really do anything. So the whiff ultimately ends up dropping the round. So we go to round at number 7. We got about one more round of economy before we'll have to start ecoing. It's Asher dropping first. The controller, definitely not the first player to lose. Want to make sure to keep your controllers alive as long as possible. Trent goes down as well to Michael. This start is not ideal for the Eagles because, of course, Cookie only 32 HP. And the defense of KSU is looking undentable. Close range fight, but Kozu does the majority of the damage. And it is all up to Siri. 5-2 as they simply do not stand a chance. So we do go to the eco round. It looks like El Roco will decide to force up with a Phantom and Light. This decision ultimately does change, so I guess it doesn't matter, but I did not definitely not like the Phantom Light here. We have to eco, I think. But Cookie does not want to listen. Cookie has confidence, and I respect the confidence. But the question is, will it end up being worth it? That is a huge investment when you only have about 3,900. Nightfall coming out here by Burke. A lot of utility is being just placed down on the link stairs. We do also have to mention Trent with the Blade Storms. The B site completely vacant. The opposing Jet will also pop the Blade Storm. Trent gets medium range headshotted with the Phantom down to 10 HP. 4 versus 4. It'll be a close range retake, except for Michael. Michael cannot be stopped. Operator in hand, Blade Storm as well. Kilroy and Burke doing the bulk, and there's Kozu to put that final nail in the coffin. Already securing halfway to match point for KSU. And it's safe to say that the Vandal play was not the idea that OTC needed. Cookie is able to still buy up. They still have enough for a Vandal and Heavy, but the economy, it does not fit well for this. The utility here is lacking. We have 2 ults on the board, so that is definitely an upgrade. And Cookie's only 2 orbs away. But KSU has so much depth behind their bank accounts. When the poorest player has $3,000, that is a very, very good situation to be in OTC. First 3 players running in, no flashes, no blinds, no any distractions, really. KSU essentially turning the stairs into a kill box. It's all up to the Astra. Pop flash doesn't work out, but it does force them a little further back. Crosshair placement is perfect. Kilroy catches them, though. You can't escape the devil forever. We have a 7-2 scoreline, and officially OTC has got to eco. And Siri, I saw that. Hold on. Siri decided to buy a judge, but turned back to the light side for a second there. On defense, I would say go for it, but on attack, I'm not really seeing the best it can do. I think Siri messes up the camera. That's not the best start for this round. Trent pushing close. Kilroy has a Phantom. You're gonna win that fight every single time if you are Kilroy. Early on, a 5 versus 4. Michael with the op, taking Cookie down. Trent, perfect headshot onto Kilroy. And And OTC has successfully gained control of mid, but they're down a player. Both the initiators are down, so it's up to the duelist, sentinel, and controller. And the KO is a very big agent to lose, because now Kennesaw can do whatever they want on utility. And the KO's still alive for them. Houston just chilling with a Vandal. Close range. If OTC decides to run in through that door, they are likely going to get sprayed down, which I think is about to happen. Or maybe not. Houston might miss all of their shots. Or maybe not. 2 kills for Houston. Finally, it's Siri.
30 seconds left.
1 versus 3. But there is Michael holding with the op, and that will be that. 8-2. And these last couple of rounds, OTC really has to make a mark. They cannot let this game go to double digits in the first half, or that might be the point of no return. Of course, the comebacks are possible, but the momentum has been completely thrown out the window. It's been 6 rounds in a row for KSU. The pistol and the anti, they were not the best, but then it was looking up. OTC won the 3rd, the bonus, the 4th as well. And the 3rd, or the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, was not a story that I want to relive. It started off better than it's going, is essentially the point I'm trying to make. Nebula's come out on A stairs.
Face
You're
your
just
fear!
trying to delay as long as possible. Locust and Trent,
Enemy kill.
very explosive sight take. And this is what OTC needed. They can go into the half 8-4. They just got to get these last 2 frags. Houston and Michael, all that's left. However, Michael does have the operator. So that will be a task that is a little easier said than done. Michael misses the shot. And I think this round is all but over here for OTC. They just got to hold it down. Frags are not necessarily needed. Just get Michael away. Keep them as far away as possible. Oh. Okay. Was an odd ending, but it went the way we wanted anyway. OTC, they win the round. They break the 6-round streak. This is where they can start their own. It's going to be 5 rifles. Everyone has heavies. Everyone has more than enough to get all the utility they would ever need. A couple of ults on the board. If Trent can pop off early, then there might be a chance for the Blade Storm as well. Kennesaw, they're pretty close as well. The Nightfall, only 1 away. Lockdown as well. Michael and Kozu's Blade Storm and Cosmic Divide already available. Michael with the op. They gotta clear that out, because you know that there's likely going to be one holding. You know they have the op. They're probably going to be holding the longest angle in the map. So the first exchange goes the way of KSU. KO going down. KSU can essentially do whatever they want with utility from now on. The neural theft, though. The Corpse of Fade makes a little bit easier for OTC. The spike goes down. The Blade Storm is popped by Michael, but there's only 5 HP to make it work with. And Trent is holding very close in the corner. One more maybe? Not quite.
1 enemy remaining.
And now we got a 1 versus 2 as Houston wins that fight out. Rocco just needs to find 1 more, but they rush out without any intel. They could have waited it out, but it's going to be 9-3. OTC not the best first half. However, there is a certain curse that comes with the scoreline of 9-3. I'm not going to jinx anything, but I'm simply going to say we've seen this comeback many times before. OTC now on the defense. Maybe they will have an initiative to hold a little more. I was seeing a lot of just tilt pushing, which can happen when you lose 6 rounds in a row. I am definitely not immune. But if OTC can force fights on their terms and make those fights as hard as possible to win for the other team, that is definitely one of the keys to victory for OTC, which I think Trent just casually got a headshot through the smoke. So that was a crazy shot. Definitely starts this pistol round off with a very big bang. Got a trade off here. El Rocco taking down Fade. So one of the initiators is done, and now the other one is done. Got a 2 versus 4. One playing from pillar, the other playing from the hallway. And Michael is down, so we just got KJ. And KJ can't get it done. 9-3 becomes 9-4. Pistol round taken away from Kennesaw. And that might be the round that starts the comeback. OTC going to buy up. I'm seeing a stinger from Locust. The stinger still in the meta in our hearts. 3 Spectres. And of course, we do see Trent pulling out the Marshall, the mini operator, or the baby operator. And if someone decides to test it, it could definitely end poorly. Cookie being overrun there by the Kennesaw players. Coming up in through the art gallery. Cookie has got to be careful. KSU pushing from every which way. Cookie's managing to stay alive. The C is coming out. Burke taken down, but it's picked off, and it is a green wall. 9-4 becomes 9-5, with OTC only dropping 1.
Weapon here.
An amazing round, frankly, from OTC, only dropping 1 player. But we go to the bonus round. KSU, they got enough money to buy up. They can get, I believe, everything they need to. A Vandal, heavies,
That goes
and
there.
quite a bit of utility as well.
This is a nice spot.
And if OTC are able to steal this bonus round away
No more
from
charge.
KSU,
This should do.
that might be the round to cap it all off. As it's looking like a B execute here for Kennesaw, which makes sense. OTC's on the save round, so they're likely not going to have much long-range firepower. They do have Trent with the Marshall, but other than that, it's Spectres, Stingers. They do have 1 Sheriff, but you miss that shot, you're pretty much done for. The Nebulas, the Cloudbursts, all coming out, making OTC's defense as hard as possible. And Michael making quick work of Trent. Spike planted. This retake's going to be very difficult as the
Blocking sight.
gravity well doing its job, but El Rocco trades it off. It's a triple for Burke, and double digits is reached for Kennesaw.
We have plenty of
The
time.
bonus
though.
round
Yeah,
does
now.
slip away from OTC.
Now.
Only able to get 1 frag off of them as well, which is
I should
not
play
as
some
many
stars in the
as
astral
we
plane.
wanted.
I should do.
It would have been very nice if OTC were able to score 2 or maybe even 3. It would have forced them to get a few more Spectres, not as much armor as well, because now we go to round 4.5, and OTC is a little outgunned. We have a not necessarily a glass cannon, but I would definitely say a plexiglass cannon in Trent with the operator as well as light shields. Kennesaw going with a more of a split push. Holding out, trying to test the waters on both sides, seeing which one's weaker. They want to push the A side because, by their knowledge, it is completely undefended. I don't think they're close enough to see the trap wire. And they're gonna wait, hold out. They're going to make an A site execute attempt, but they do not know that Siri is there, holding it down. The trap wires are there. The cyber cages are up. OTC starting the rotate over. Michael gets a frag though, and that is a lot of utility dumped out. Cookie trying to hold it down. It's Locust though scoring another frag onto the flanker. And this retake has to be perfect. It's very close. Roko, oh no. Roko swung on. The Cosmic Divide does in fact get popped. But Kozu is in a very advantageous position. Houston's hiding in that corner. Does not land the frag. It's just Kozu, and it's a 4K to end the round. 1 round away from match point for OTC. And what it all matters most, sometimes it's just one player to step up to completely floor everything that you've been working for, and Kozu was that player. 11-5, save round for OTC, and Kennesaw is just riding this wave out all the way.
Woo! Let's start. Need that back.
A lot of ults also for KSU. Michael, the Blade Storm is ready. Michael also taking down Trent. The trap wire does fortunately trap them, but it's only slowing them down. Locust catches out the flanker, but the spike is planted, and they have one Vandal to make this retake a possibility. Double for Michael, make that a triple, on for the ace, and OTC completely falls apart at the seams. Kozu steals it. Kennesaw's 1 round away.
Match point.
It's going to be it has to be a full buy, or a force buy for OTC. Luckily for them, they have enough to get by. I don't believe there's enough for full utility. I believe Cypher is lacking just a little bit. But OTC,
You are divided.
not dead in the water just yet. We have Trent missing the shots, getting rushed. The pop flash comes out, and this marks the beginning of the end here for OTC. Cookie the Light has to be the hero here. Roko able to take down Michael. End Michael's reign of terror. Nightfall being popped. They gotta be careful of the player in the corner. Roko clears it out. Only one man up now for Kennesaw. This round actually looking plausible. They've got to bait out the cosmic,
Last
or the
player
gravity well.
standing.
1 versus 3. Cookie goes down, and it'll be 13-5 for map 1. Kennesaw State taking it. Glimmers of hope for OTC, but in the macro, simply an outplay. The top 3 players of the match were, unfortunately for us, on the Kennesaw side. GG's to Kennesaw. Good map. Second map, we go to Fracture. We're going to hope it's a little bit more of... It's going to be a little bit closer, I hope. We don't want to see another 9-3 half. The curse looking possible for a second. The first two went our way very decisively. And then the bonus, everything went wrong. So, that's map 1. Kennesaw State take the lead in the series, 1-0. Next map will be Fractured. OTC will be starting on the defense this time. So, we're going to hope this map goes a little bit better than the first one. Definitely not our best showing, but we got a best of 3. We can reverse sweep. It's going to be a very hard fight. It's going to be a lot better. Simple as. It's going to be a lot better. We'll cut to break for just 1 second. We'll be right back. Make sure you don't go anywhere. You want to catch map 2 and possibly 3. And with that, we'll see you in just a second.
Spike down A.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the OTC Twitch channel. It was a little bit of a delay there. We have the names up, so if you're just joining in, you know which side is which. As you can see, we're on Fracture. This is a map 2. KSU won the first map, 13-5. But now we go to the second map. OTC is defending. And they already have a one-man advantage. The push does decide to rotate. I believe they first tried A and then they faked the rotate, so they're now coming here to the A site. But I think KSU's a little indecisive about where they want to go.
30 seconds left.
I don't think they really have a concrete idea. Houston, of course, taking some shots over there, distracting them at the B site. As the spike going to go down on A. Very, very smart play by Kennesaw. The fake shots, drawing attention over to the B site, rotating over to A. That definitely caught these players off guard. Cookie wins one fight, Trent another. And Michael finally able to strike back here for Kennesaw, but the retake's coming in, and it is coming in hot. Ready to go. Michael, last on the site, and it's only Kilroy left, but the clock is ticking, and it was perfectly timed by the swarm grenades.
Clutch. I had to focus for a
And it
second.
is 1-0 for Kennesaw. They needed to get on that spike a little bit quicker, bait out those swarm grenades a little earlier because Kilroy just had a field day with him, or a field round, I should say. But round 1 goes over to Kennesaw off of a very nice clutch from Kilroy. Didn't even need to get their hands dirty. They just needed to press the E button on the swarm grenades. And that was enough to get the job done. Round 2. KSU has 4 submachine guns, 1 bulldog, also for Houston. And OTC, it is 5 of the same gun. Just a classic. Burke with the Spectre gets that 1 frag onto Siri. And this retake has to happen for OTC, which there's just no way that you can get past this. You got 2 classics. Cookie able to score a little bit better of a gun, but it is still just a Spectre. 2-man advantage. And the haunt, just not enough. Burke almost lines him up, but Locust able to get away for now. About to be rushed, and it is a blowout. 4 people left alive for Kennesaw. Meanwhile, OTC, they got 8 up and chewed out. Bonus round is underway. This is the chance for OTC to steal a round back. They have the better guns. They got 5 rifles. Meanwhile, KSU, they have 1. They got a bulldog. They have 3 submachine guns. Michael, they are being the rebel. They're not buying anything. They're gonna buy. Oh, they bought a Bucky. Okay, we have a little bit of Bucky gaming going on. So this could be very, very bad, very good, or very funny. I'm hoping it's funny and good, which it is funny and good for OTC. The jump shot, not good enough. Rocco coming on the retake. Burke going to get the spike down with little to no problem. And Trent also taking down Kozu, so your smokes are done for. But so are OTC's as Siri gets into a fight with Burke, and they picked the wrong one. 2 versus 2. Burke's on the flank. This is not good. Rocco does clear it out, thankfully. It leaves KO left. First one's there. Second one, not quite. 18 health left. And Houston playing perfectly, just running out the clock. Trent lands the shot, but there's not enough time. The clock management for the Kennesaw side is incredible, and that is something that you have to put time in. We've seen 2 rounds where the clock management has been on point. Kilroy delaying time on round 1 with the swarm grenades. Houston just playing that magnificently. Kennesaw take the first 3 away. And the kills are pretty evenly distributed. Top frag for OTC has 3. Meanwhile, top frag of KSU has 4. But other than that, it is pretty even. It's simply coming down to making the big-time plays in the big-time moments in OTC. The big-time moments have not been too nice to them. It's Kennesaw with another very efficient site take. Locust able to trade a 1-for-1. Kilroy still on the table. Cookie has to make a retake appear out of thin air. Has to locate this rabbit in the hat. But I think the hat is gone. The rabbit's gone. I think the hat left as well. 4-0 now for Kennesaw and OTC. They have to buy up here. They've got to get around on there before it is too late. Kennesaw, poorest player, has 2450. Or actually, no, it's Kozu with 1150. In OTC, the richest player has barely anything above that, 1650 for them. But the ults are what really make the difference here. On OTC, everyone's close, but on KSU, everyone's even closer. 3 of them ready. The other 2 are only 1 orb away. And speaking of ults, 2 of them are brought out early on. Oh no, Siri. Look at this. Siri is on a flank. Very massive flank. Not able to get too much done though as Siri goes down immediately. Houston saves this round from going in OTC's favor. Not what we want to see. Trent still has those Blade Storms out this round. Definitely not over, but the 1-man advantage is gone. So they've got to make a move pretty quickly. Trent is able to see the feet coming from main. And OTC has got the 1-man advantage back. The defuse is starting, but the orbital strike is a very well-placed ult. The spike is going, and what a molly!
I can't use that.
Oh my!
Clutch.
The fan of OTC in me is crying, but the OTC fan of me is crying, but the Valorant fan of me is just in heaven. Kennesaw is playing an amazing game. We cannot deny that. Kennesaw, the positional Valorant is incredible. All of these rounds have been decided by 2 or less players, except for the bonus round, or I believe the round before that, the anti-eco. The anti-eco was, of course, a 4 versus 0 at the end. But every other round, it has simply come down to positional Valorant. And KSU have been magnificent with it. Trent getting a little cheeky here, trying to catch one on the flank, but it's not going to really amount to anything. Burke's going to plant this spike without much resistance. Siri, oh, the judge play doesn't work. We hate to see it. Trent's rotating around, still on the flank, but Houston is aware. Houston swings out, loses that fight. 3 versus 3. Cookie the Light wins that fight again. Gilroy staying alive. They've got to stay alive for a little bit longer to pop that other swarm grenade. Actually, no, they didn't place it down. It's going to be the aftershock taking
remaining.
Cookie off. Locust goes down, and what? Oh my.
Last player standing.
I don't know if I think it was Cookie. I don't know if Cookie didn't see how much health they had, or if they underestimated how much damage the aftershock does overall. Or either way, you can't sit in the aftershock and defuse. It will do damage, especially Cookie. I believe they only had like 60 points of health. 2 of those aftershock blasts will end your round there. And it comes down to positional Valorant once again. Another close round is taken away from them by the game sense of Kennesaw State. Very efficient sight take here. Michael a little overzealous with that shotgun. Trades it off 1 for 1, but it's still 3 pistols and a Marshall for OTC. A very tall task for this retake.
Open up the sky.
Orbital strike, though, being brought out by OTC. They think they can win this round. I respect the confidence, but I don't think the firepower is enough. There's only 2 sheriffs and a phantom. Meanwhile, KSU, they are still completely stacked. And they gotta remember, the positional play is amazing. There's the Molly doing its job perfectly, and the orbital strike comes out. It's so beautiful, and it makes me so angry. 7-0 for Kennesaw State, and it comes down to another utility clutch situation.
Attention. I learned something.
It's round 8, and OTC does not have a round on the board just yet. It's been defuse win, elimination win, defuse win, elimination win, defuse win, elimination win, defuse win. All game long, KSU. This is where the streak ends, OTC.
I can't use that.
This round is their round. They have an op. They got 4 assault rifles, 1 phantom, 3 vandals. And if these long-range shots can land before KSU were able to get onto the site, this could be good news for the Eagles. Flash is coming out, and Trent is forced to retreat. It is a 1-man advantage for the Eagles right now, but the spike will be planted, and the post-plant scenarios have been magnificent here for KSU. And Siri is able to take Burke down, so the aftershocks are off the table, but Kozu is still kicking. The Mollies definitely have a factor, but not anymore. It's up to Houston, and Houston's only able to get 1. OTC win this round back, and they still have some fight left in them. The first 7 rounds didn't really go their way, but now they're back in it. Which, actually, hold on a second. I think we're not even. Oh.
I got money. Need something? Placing sentry.
There we go.
Placing alarm bot.
I evened up the texts, so that'll hopefully be a little bit better for you. And we got round number 9 coming up for OTC. They have a lot of firepower behind them. It's 5 rifles, 5 heavy shields, but not anymore. Cookie goes down. Meanwhile, KSU, they had 3 heavies and 2 light shields. But now it's not going to matter because they have a lot of utility being dumped out. The B site is officially theirs, and Houston lands a very nice double. It's up to Trent and Locust, but the lockdown's going to be popped. But if Houston is able to take down the KJ, that will be the end of the lockdown. And that will do it. Trent able to get 3. The lockdown does get shot down, as I suspected. But Trent still has a possibility to save this round. Long range shots from Michael. Close range for Kozu. And Kozu's able to get the job done. It's 8-1 Kennesaw State. And Kozu sees the op on the ground. Decides not to take it. We go to round 10. Possibility for Kennesaw State to go up 9-1. I just want to give an apology to everyone in chat. I said this one was going to be closer.
Better move on, agent.
And so far, how it's looking is it's not. There's still time for that to change. But I should have specified that was coming later on in the game. So the first half, not our half. There is still a long second half to go. So this game, not over yet. Michael, double kill, makes it a little easier for Kennesaw. And the showstopper is available as well. Michael, easy 3K. Leaving it all up to Trent with a sheriff.
Stay down.
He's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip. Double headshots. The third is found. 2 more. And we have a clutch. The Vandals found on the ground. But they got to be careful. The mollies are still active. And the spike is over halfway ticked. The lineups are perfect. Trent comes out. Gets the kill. Come on, Trent. Finish the 1v5. Don't have to win the round. Just get the kill. Oh! And Trent, so close. An amazing attempt, but it's just not enough for the Jet. An amazing round from OTC. But KSU is, once again, just a little bit better. So we go to round number 11. The last 2 rounds in the half. This is where OTC can make a little dent in the lead. And if we all know the saying, if it can bleed, we can kill it. This has to be that moment for OTC. They've got to get these last 2. They have to show that this beast can bleed. Therefore, it can bleed more and more and more. Eventually, we can drain it all out. Because 9-3, it's winnable. We've seen it happen many times before at the highest level. We can see it right here, right now. We almost saw it last map, but it kind of got cut short about halfway through.
Here.
We have an attacker lockdown brought out over at the B site. Got to be careful of the flank watch. Flank watch down. 5 versus 3, and Burke also at a very low HP. So this round definitely winnable for the Eagles. Got to be careful about Burke. Trent is about to find them out, and they have got it. Michael's still alive, but Locust likely going to get this defuse off. First frag is theirs, and there's just way too much going on. It'll be a defusal win for OTC with 2 players left alive. That'll be 2 guns brought over to the next round. And as the lady announced, it's the last round before the switch. And Kennesaw State, they have to force up. They will have, I think, 2 rifles, 3 SMGs. So this round, absolutely doable for OTC. We just got to play good Valorant. We're getting out-positioned a lot and just out-utilized. That's what's been happening the entire game. Most of these rounds have been close. There have not been that many flat-out one-sided rounds. It's mainly come down to the last 30 seconds or so, and that's really where Kennesaw is showing their dominance. This will be the last execute of the half. KSU getting the spike down. Michael specifically popping off. That was not a shot that they should have landed. Orbital strike, brought out a little too late. Not going to matter. Spike able to be planted. Kilroy continuously making problems for OTC. They're down to just their Jet and their Brimmy. going to be Siri and Trent with the Blade Storms on Trent.
Last player standing.
Trent's looking at the wrong angle, and that will result in an attacker win for round 10. And Kennesaw State University go up by 8 as we go into the half. Pistol round is absolutely needed here for OTC. I don't think we have any ands, ifs, or buts about it. The pistol is needed. If the pistol goes the other way, I think we're done. But looking on the bright side, Trent popping off. 24-9, almost doubling the kills of everyone in the lobby except for Houston. Houston has 14-9. Trent, the top player in the lobby, I believe they have more than everyone else on the OTC team. That's 7, 13, 17, 21 kills for everyone else, 24 for Trent. It's a very, very 1 foot forward for OTC here. There's not a lot of depth in the OTC kill ratio, unfortunately. That can absolutely cause problems. And look at this. KSU, they're just going to play for retake. They know that they can attack better than they defend. They're playing for the retake here. They have to hurry, though. Trent gets the first frag, but it's traded out immediately, and your top frag is done. That's going to cause a lot of problems here for OTC.
One enemy remaining.
And yes, it does. The takes of KSU are just way too efficient, and OTC can't do anything about it. 11 rounds here for Kennesaw State University. KSU only 2 rounds away from taking the dub. Things are looking quite up for Kennesaw. The exact opposite here for OTC. They're going to force buy up. It will look to be 4 stingers, 5 stingers now for Trent, as they're the last one to switch. And the anti-eco has got to go to OTC. If the anti-eco goes, there's a sliver of a chance, because that forces Kennesaw into an eco round. They cannot full buy off of losing the anti-eco, so they've got to at least take this and have a little bit of a chance. And I think they might be able to do it. Look at this. Trent taking down Kozu, and it's OTC with a 1-man advantage, and as I say that, the advantage is gone. The Bulldog does that job. El Rocco misses the shot, and El Rocco goes down. Trent's able to pop off, though, putting Michael in a 1 versus 2.
Satchel out.
Michael, the positional Valorant has to come into play here.
Bomb buddy out.
They're going to pop the molly down. Takes a little bit of damage, but gets to the half. Siri peeks out perfectly, and OTC will win this round out. Perfect play. And OTC, they can still win this. They have to win 8 in a row. They have to win 10 in a row if they want to win it without regulation. But 8 in a row will tie it up. And if you can see, KSU, they can't buy. They are completely in the dumps. Winning the anti-eco is very, very good for your team's economy, because it completely stops them. It gets them that first round wins, which gets them that very slight bonus. And then if they lose that next round, it's just all down. They have $2,000 to work with, which that can't even buy a Bulldog. Or it can barely buy a Bulldog. Which, I mean, OTC, they've got a couple of Bulldogs, I think. They got 2. Trent and Siri both able to buy up with a Bulldog. Wins the first fight out, gets traded out. Eventually, it evens out, and now we have a 1-man advantage. It's Michael and Houston down for KSU.
Launching smoke.
And it's going to come up to the retake of KSU, which has been very, very lethal. But they do have to be careful because OTC's got a lot of firepower behind him. Trent holding the bomb perfectly. Kozu going down, and it's a double for Trent to save the game, save the map, save the entire series, because this is map 2, and OTC lost the first one. Round number 4 of the half. And this is where things get dicey. This is the real test of time for OTC. Kennesaw State, they have all the guns they need. They got 5 rifles. One of them is a little weaker with a light shield, but everything that you need to win a round, KSU has. This is the test that we will know if OTC will be able to win this game. This is the real round. They have the rifles. It's 5 rifles versus 5 rifles. A lot of utility and a lot of utility. The ults are in OTC's favor, and they need to make use of them this round. The B side hit looks to come in. It's going to be the lockdown coming out an underpass. KSU early getting a 2-for-1 trade, and now it's just up to Siri. 1 versus 4. And I think match point might be imminent. There it is. The run and gun headshot. Precise gunplay being shown by Kennesaw State University.
Match point.
And it's OTC with a barely full buyer. No, it's going to be a force, because Trent does not have enough. Good news, though. Trent dropping a 30 bomb. Woohoo. Bad news. Everyone else has under 10 kills. That is the problem. Trent is popping off, being a very efficient entry frag. But you need some help from the other 4. It's a team-based game. A 1v5 happens about maybe 1 in 200, 300 times. And they need a little more help than that. And sometimes you just gotta say it. Some rounds are like that. Some games are like that. The gunplay, there's simply a diff there. And this is one of those times. It's Trent top frag, everyone else 10 or less. And in this case, it is under 10. Rocco wants to save this round, but Cookie coming to help. Cookie gets their 10th, but they have 2 more frags to go on Kozu and Kilroy. On coming out, about to be shot through the smoke, and that will do it. 13-5 for map 1, 13-4 for map 2, and that will end the series for OTC. Kennesaw State University take the win 2-0. And Fracture 1 round worse than the last. Trent, of course, the MVP at 30-12. The second highest player in the lobby had
GG's.
19
GG's.
kills.
GG's, boys.
Bro, why are you guys even in this league, honestly?
Because our...
Hey, we have leaked comms. Let's go. Yes, all love in the end game, so that's always good to hear. Did not go the way the OTC wanted nor expected, but we just have to look forward to the future. Once again, if you're just joining us, OTC lost the series 13-5 map 1, 13-4 map 2, and that is it for today. I want to thank everyone here for joining, everyone on the OTC team for competing, putting on a great show. Of course, Kennesaw State being a very, very fantastic opponent for us. So huge thanks to everybody. And with that, I've been Starcoin Hero. I've been casting, I've been streaming, I've been observing for the past about hour and a half or so. And with that, I'm out of here. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and let's go Eagles.